everyone, so finally here in the workshop, got myself some materials to cut on my 40 volt track saw that I promised a video on a long time ago, but long awaited. So I'm in here today building a rooftop bar upstairs on my rooftop terrace. So here with my good mate Sam, helping me film today. And the two of us are going to do a bit of work down here, and then we're going to have to pass it up the side of the building with some ropes, because you've got no access through stairs or anything. So it'll be quite a funny little montage later on to see that. But for now, I'm just going to run my main cuts. I've got all my measurements last night, so we're good to go. We're going to kit set it down here, and then get it up once we've fully assembled it together. Obviously, I want to get a bit of variation on the cuts, so I might try to find some timber to run through as well as plywood. Another little feature I got yesterday, picked up, was these little clamps. So we use these underside of our track just to hold it in place. I don't normally do that if it's a square cut, but I'm just going to show you how we use them. These are more for an angled mitre cut, maybe 45 degrees, just so you don't have any movement where you can potentially lose your line of cut. So enjoy the video, and yeah. So to keep the dust out of the workshop so we're not breathing in, I've got my MAKITA Bluetooth adapter plugged into my workshop vacuum today. I'm also using my 40 volt drop saw to use to cut the framing, but I'll do a video on that separate to the track saw another time. But you will see this in use. So I've got my little battery vacuum hooked up to that. So both are being extracted nice and easy. So yeah, way to go. I'm going to throw this in at a crossley like I mentioned before. Don't really need them, but I'm just going to justify the cost of them yesterday and make me feel like I should have bought them. So yeah, way to go. Track saw cuts made. Obviously the beauty of the track saw is bringing the table saw down to the table. If I was in the workshop by myself, this is awesome, because trying to manhandle one of these through a table saw by yourself is an absolute nightmare. It can be done, but it's not easy. So even if I had two of us like Sam here today, I still do it. It's just you get a clean cut, there's no wobbles, I can clamp it down, it's always straight. So yeah, awesome. A couple of things I've mentioned on my comparison video between the 36 volt to the 40 volt is some of the features, but I'll go through it again for any of you that haven't seen that. But obviously we've got a depth gauge, just like any track saw on the side there. At first I did like the Festal design better, where we had like a quick release tab, but the more I've used this, it's actually easier to use. I find purely, it is a little kind of twisting lever here tight, but if you just loosely do it, you move it way easier than the Festal, because when I loosen it, it just swings freely. And I find the Festal kind of jumps between the tabs, and you skip past where you want to be, and then you get back, and it's quite tricky to get where you want it. Another cool thing is it has a little lock thing there on the side. So when I'm doing a mitre cut, that actually locks into the side of the track and stops the saw falling out and cutting the track or undercutting the timber. And then obviously you've got your adjustment front and back that you can also cut like that. So I can go up to 48 degrees or -1 the other way. I've used this quite a bit on building site that I obviously haven't filmed here today, but it's been awesome. I've been using this all day on bracing ply on site, and hasn't killed the battery. I've always been using 4 amp batteries, and that's been a big bonus. It does run slightly slower than 36 volt, but it seems to just chew out a lot longer. So for a whole day of work, I don't have to replace this once. So that's where 40 volts really good. So done with this for the day. Super stoked with the tool. Couldn't recommend it enough, even over the other brands now. Even though I'm a big MAKITA nerd, I say that with no bias. Like it is genuinely an awesome tool, super lightweight and compact. So let us know in the comments if you have any questions, but for the rest of the video, enjoy the montage of us building. Sam and I are going to get into it and rip into it now, building some framing on the floor and then get upstairs. So yeah, too good. What Sam's doing here, we're just getting rid of all the splinters, being a undressed timber. Here in New Zealand, timber's mad shortage at the moment, so couldn't get myself any nice 3x2 or anything like that, so this just makes tidying up a bit really easy with the hand planer. So yeah, maybe we try that, Sam. So any splinters will just knock off, and that way it's just nice and clean cut. All the frames are made. Unfortunately, run out of timber in my garage here, so we're going to run up to local supply Bunnings and get some more. Get a feed. Yeah, bro, hungry as. So good shit. We've got these to go upstairs soon, and the plywood's all cut, so we're going to lift it up individually, screw it up, and level it out. The roof's sloping, obviously, it's falling to the waste, to the drainage. So yeah, it's still going to be a little bit of laser work and getting it level. So off we go. Go for a drive. What do you do first? Get a feed possibly?
Yes, indeed.
Get a cold drink.
Fuck. See what's happening on the old tin there.
See, it's energy. Samuel Evans fit, just saying. You're up to you to look. So here at Bunnings, we're going to line up to get into the trade store at the moment because of COVID, so you're only allowed so many people in there. But being a tradie, we've got trade parts, so I'm allowed to go pick up what I need, but any old person, citizen, won't be able to at the moment. I think we're allowed about 15 people in the store at once, so luckily today it's not too busy. Back in the workshop, I'm going to finish the frames, almost ready to lift it up, so yeah, final little bit of work, and then I'll take the drone up in the sky and show you what's down the building. Hey boy! Sam and I up on the roof, stunning day. See the water from up here, so we've got a skyline view of all the walls up here. It's pretty awesome. If you look over there, you can see the Sky Tower and Rangitoto, so choice as. And yeah, so we've marked out on the floor where the bar's going to go, so we can lift the frame up now and then fire away, mate. Just fire away. So I just quickly got my Hilti rotary laser set up. I've now marked the height of my low point and the top of the frame. Now Sam and I are going to do, I've measured the rise of the roof here, so now I'm going to use my laser receiver. I'm going to tap the frame down to 0 and then screw it off and then work our way through the rest. So. Fire out, full day's work, and Sam and I finished just in time for a beer and a barbecue up here with a new setup. So look at this, we got a Z-shaped return on the bench there, and then Sam's got the barbie cranking up. We're gonna clean all the old dirt off it, and yeah, next weekend we're gonna come along and put paneling along the front face to hide these 2 air conditioning units, and maybe put some LED lighting under there and things, but we're going to keep that piece open so you can see the beads under there with some bar stools as a bit of a kind of a double-sided leaner. And then the next kind of mesh up here on the roof, I'm going to put a little L-shaped lounge couch up there alongside a picnic kind of table to eat dinner on and things up top. So bloody awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Something a bit different, beers are on, something a bit different for a change. So yeah, put the drone in the sky and enjoy the view.